All right, 9, 10, 11, and 12 on the worksheet say, hey, are there an infinite number of solutions or no solutions? These are special cases. Now, normally you're not going to be told they're a special case, so you got to recognize it. And the key is when the inequality is written to where it's greater than or less than -5. When you have a negative piece right there, that's a clue. Wait a second, I got to back up and think on this for a minute. So let's do that here on these next 4 problems. An absolute value is always a positive number. No matter what, an absolute value is coming out positive. Positive 5, positive 10, positive whatever. You say to yourself, how often is a positive number bigger than -5? Well, a positive number is always bigger than -5. So in this case, there's an infinite number of solutions. Everybody works. No matter what you plug in here, it's going to work. Plug in 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. Is the absolute value of 13 bigger than -5? Yes. Plug in -10. -10 plus 3, -7. Absolute value of -7, though, is +7. +7 will be bigger than -5. Everybody and their brother is going to be bigger than -5. The next one has the absolute value less than -4. Again, absolute value is always positive. How often is the positive number going to be smaller than -4? Is a positive number ever going to be smaller than -4? It never happens. So there's no solution here. There's no solution. Okay, it's the null set. Some write it like that. The null set. It's not a 0. It's the null set there. But I prefer us write no solution. Make sure it's an L. Look like an I. Number 11. Absolute value, which is positive. How often is that going to be less than or equal to -7? Will a positive number ever be smaller than -7? 6. Is 6 smaller than -7? No. -7 is never bigger than any positive number. So again, this is no solution. Okay. There is nobody that's going to work here. And finally, how often is a positive number going to be bigger than or equal to -9? 10. Is 10 bigger than -9? Yes. Is 3 bigger than or -9? Yes. This is always going to happen. So there's an infinite number of solutions. You just have to sit back and think about it. If it's greater, a positive number will always be bigger than a negative number. But if you end up with a positive, if you have a less than, that's never going to happen. So here, when it's greater, it is always going to be an infinite number. And here, it's never happening. No solution. Just think about it. Don't try to remember something like this. You need to use your brain to think it through.